I have a mission to do something few human beings do.
Welcome to Spectator Sport, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
We got a big show for you guys today. Make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com for previous shows, previous clips, excellent articles written by my man right here. This is episode number 9. We call it the Steve McNair. Rest in peace. We got a big show, like I said before. We got Terence Cavin here to talk NBA, and he's a little happy. We'll explain that later. But let's get right into it right now. The NBA Finals.
Right.
Sweet. 4 games to nothing.
Right.
LeBron James swept for the second time in the finals. Obviously, Golden State is the real deal. They're coming from one of the best teams of all time. What's your thoughts on this series?
Oh yeah, well, Game 3, after the debacle at the end of Game 1, the Cavs could have made a series of it in Game 3. They was down 3 points at the with under a minute to go, and Kevin Durant was like, you know what, clear out. I want to go against LeBron James. And then little Steph Curry comes out of nowhere and sets a weak screen, and LeBron James didn't fight through the screen, and then KD drained the 3 on the other Cavaliers and went up 3-0, and that's it, man. That was the play that killed the Cavaliers season and probably got LeBron James about to get out of there.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that LeBron didn't when KD, in Game 3, when KD was going through, KD was absolutely on fire. 43 points, 13 rebounds. He was torching anybody you put in his direction. He was torching. I'm surprised that LeBron didn't take that personally and just go guard him. And it was so easy. They were just setting picks, and he easily just switched away. So I was a little surprised about that. But Golden State was clearly the better team. But you had in Game 3, Steph Curry only scored 10 points. Clay didn't really do nothing.
Right.
Draymond didn't do nothing.
Right.
Durant carried them to victory. Cleveland had 2 opportunities, Game 1 and Game 3, and they didn't go through. And I think once Game 4, we knew it was going to happen.
Right. Cleveland
was done. They really did, they were done. They had no shot.
Right. Yeah, I thought, Game 1, they blew it. They had the blunders. Game 3, they had a chance. And then Game 4, they was trying to avoid the sweep, but at the end of the first half, it just seems like they just wanted to lay down and just call it a season.
They didn't want no more.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it was. Yeah. They was done. They didn't want no more. They pretty much conceded to the Warriors right then and there. So the Warriors are the last 2 years, they are 8-1 against the Cavaliers in the finals since the arrival of Kevin Durant. Speak to me about Kevin Durant's performance. I know he's got a lot of criticism, but since he's joined the Warriors, back-to-back finals MVP.
Right.
What's your thoughts on Kevin Durant?
Yeah, I was one of the guys that hated it when he left the Thunder and went to the Warriors, and I still hate it today because I think he could have beat the Warriors with the Thunder, with Westbrook and everything. They had the Warriors down 3-1, but it is what it is. He's with the Warriors now, and they look unbeatable unless something dramatic happens in the offseason. The Warriors, every time when they play in the series, every series they're in, I'm picking the Warriors. And I'm never giving another team. I'm picking the Warriors in 5 or a sweep. Every time I pick the Warriors because they have Kevin Durant. They have 2 MVPs on their team. So they're unbeatable, man, until something dramatic happens in this offseason.
The Rockets did give them a run for their money. They took them 7 games. Cleveland, this was probably LeBron's worst team. We can say that. I can say that. I give him that credit. This was one of his worst teams this year. So for them to get this team to the finals, even though the Eastern Conference is very, very weak, for him to get this team to the finals was an accomplishment in itself. But the Warriors are champions again. 3 out of 4 years. Steph got 3 rings now. Durant's got 2. Listen. The only thing that's gonna break this team up, maybe contracts is coming up, but they're gonna be here for a long time.
Right.
You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, we got Terence Cavin to talk about rest of the NBA. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com for previous shows, previous clips. My man is writing some good articles. Make sure you go on there and subscribe. SpectatorSporting.com. We got my main man Terence Cavin here to talk about the NBA Dynasties and much more. And he's very excited. We'll get to that in a second. Let's just get right into it. The Warriors, 3 out of the last 4 years. 3 out of the last 4 years. So can we call this a dynasty?
Yes, no doubt about it.
It's a dynasty. So automatically, you win 3 wins. We got to start ranking them with the top teams. What do you see the Warriors rank right now?
Okay, right now, before they won this chip, I had the '80s Celtics with Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and the guys. I had them at number 5, okay? And I had Kobe and Shaq's Lakers. Back to Boston with Larry. They won 3 rings in 6 years.
Right.
Now, Kobe and Shaq, they won 3 rings in 4 years, went to the finals 4 straight years, and they lost to the Pistons in that 4th year. So I'm putting the Warriors above the Kobe and Shaq Lakers at number 4. I'm bumping Kobe and Shaq to 5, and Larry Bird Celtics to 6, okay? The Golden State Warriors, 3 rings in 4 years, and that 1 year they lost, they went 73-9. That's why I'm putting them at number 4, right below the number 3 Showtime Lakers.
What about you, Ted?
They're definitely in my top 5. They definitely have a dynasty going on, But we can't forget about those Spurs, With Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan.
Good call.
Tony
Good
Parker.
call.
Right?
Good call.
They have 5, so I can't put the Warriors above them. I like the Houston Rockets. They only won 2 though. That's one of those teams I feel like could have won more, but it was only 2 with Clyde Drexler, Olajuwon. But definitely the Warriors in my top 5. Showtime Lakers. Of course, the Bulls are number 1. Everyone knows that. Yeah. So
If you go to the best dynasties in the NBA, I mean, we wasn't. Neither one of us was around.
Right.
But the '60 Celtics, they won 11 in a row, right?
They won 8 in a row in 11 and 13 years.
11 and 13, 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so they won 11 championships.
Right.
It'll never get that good again. It'll never be that good.
Right.
But I look at the Bulls number 1. I look at the Bulls number 1. I put the Lakers of Showtime number 2 with Magic and Kareem. I put the Warriors 3. I think the talent level and the way they play and the killing instinct they play with, I think they are that good. And this team is not finished by any means. They are not finished. KD's only 29. Clay's 29. Draymond is still young. The oldest person is Steph. He's 30. He still got these guys. I love watching them play basketball. They move the ball, they play as a team, and the chemistry is just so good. Longest contract. This team is not finished yet.
Right, no doubt. They're going to keep coming.
Ooh, that's a bold statement.
Yes. The narrative, of course, after the finals, the Warriors won, but immediately, the sweat didn't even dry off LeBron's face yet. Where is LeBron going? So, Terence, what do you think is the best location for LeBron James to go next year?
To me, honestly, it's got to be Philly.
Ooh.
City of brotherly love. You got a young Embiid. You have Simmons, of course. I like their coach. I like their team they have. You got shooters, JJ Redick. You got the big guy, Saric.
Yep.
I don't know if they got enough cap room to free up, to get LeBron. I mean, because all these guys on rookie contracts, they'll probably ship Covington out. They definitely, LeBron should go there because I feel like they can compete in the East and he will come out the East again because I like what Philly's doing.
Absolutely. What about you?
Yeah, he's absolutely right when he says about the cap space. They have 22, they're projected to have $22 million in cap space next season. So they are definitely in play for LeBron if they want to do that, and if LeBron wants to go there. But another place, you think about the Spurs. I would love them to go to the Spurs or the Rockets, but their cap situation, they're going to make a lot of stuff happen.
Yeah.
And with the salary cap for him to go to the Rockets or the Spurs. The Lakers, they got about $58 million in cap space.
They got a lot of money
projected. So they definitely can give them. They can make it happen.
And they offer LeBron the lifestyle as well too.
Right.
He's got houses in LA already. That's something that LA can offer. They got the owner. They can have on the court and off the court.
Right, and he can bring PG-13 with him to LA.
True. And both of those guys have houses out in LA. PG, he was raised in LA, right?
Yes, he's from LA. He's been clamoring for the Lakers for the last couple of years.
Right.
And let's not forget Lonzo Ball. He's a 9, 9, and 8 guy. So
which he'll be much better in his second year. But Lonzo Ball might be gone. You never know with that situation. If LeBron goes there, that could be a different situation. But Lonzo's going to be much better in his second year.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't know if that team with PG-13 and LeBron and Lonzo Ball and Randall and Ingram could they beat the Warriors?
Ingram, yeah, they're gonna keep Ingram.
Yeah, so
they can compete, but I like him with Philly a little better.
Yeah,
my feeling, LeBron is the king, right? Mm-hmm. He's the best player in the game. He's the generation's best player, right?
No doubt.
Well, damn it, they need to come to him. Stay in Cleveland and have somebody come to him.
right.
I like that.
Come to him, okay?
Like
LeBron shouldn't go with nowhere else. LeBron should have people coming to him. Now, look, I know Cleveland has some terrible contracts. You got Tristan Thompson, terrible contract. J.R. Smith, terrible contract. Kevin Love, who's very underrated. He's still a very good player. Let's stop dogging Kevin Love out. But if you are the king, LeBron, you get people in the NBA to come to you. You don't go chasing rings other places. They come to you. They come to you.
No one wants to go to Cleveland.
Yeah, I get it, but they come to you.
Noah.
Hey, well, let me ask you
What's
now.
in Cleveland?
Yeah, I don't know, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No one wanted to come to Chicago either. We had problems getting people into Chicago.
But this is LeBron James. This is the greatest player of this generation.
Okay. But let's not sleep on this other team. Okay, this team has 32. They're projected to have $32 million in cap space next year, and they made the playoffs this previous season. The Indiana Pacers. Okay, where he can bring PG-13 with him. PG-13, Oladipo and LeBron on the same team.
They come out the East.
Yeah.
Well, no.
LeBron and Oladipo?
No.
I think they get Boston.
I think Boston is coming out the East next year. Now, if LeBron goes to Philly like Terence said, then I think Philly would come out.
Oh yeah.
I think Philly would definitely come out. Only thing with Philly, I'm worried about him going to Philly. I don't like him and Simmons playing together. I don't think because both of them need the basketball to be effective. Simmons can't shoot. He's not an off the ball player. He's more of a facilitator, and LeBron is a facilitator.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I feel you on that.
I feel like Simmons, he'll do most of the ball handling.
Can LeBron? We've never seen LeBron James play off the ball in his whole career. He's always had the ball. You look at Cleveland. If you look at Cleveland's offense in the finals, it was just LeBron at the top of the key. It's LeBron top of the key, and this is like the role players are waiting for him to make a play and then spot up a shoot or something like that. So I'm curious to see if he's getting older. He's 33 years old now. Is he going to be able to play off the basket?
Is he going to defer to Ben Simmons?
He did it with Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie Irving needs the ball also, and he played with Kyrie Irving. Has he ever played off the ball, Kyrie Irving? Who did the ball handling with Kyrie Irving?
No, LeBron was still the main facilitator. They just made Kyrie Irving the scorer.
Yeah.
One of the reasons Kyrie Irving wanted to trade because he wanted to maximize his full basketball potential. He felt he could be more of a point guard and a distributor as well as a scorer.
This guy can play all 5 positions. LeBron and Simmons, he can play at least 3.
LeBron is the best, no doubt. He's the best, no doubt. But
be scary.
That's the thing. But he's got to be. What is he willing to sacrifice, LeBron? Is he willing to sacrifice playing off the ball more?
I think he will.
I don't know. This team it don't match up well in Philly to me because Ben Simmons is a point guard and LeBron James is like a point forward, and so. I don't know. They would make it work though. If he went to Philly, they'd make it work.
Look, LeBron's got the best basketball IQ since Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
So I would say that he will figure it out.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it is very. We gotta talk about this. One thing that LeBron is definitely the man, but it's hard. It's a gift and a curse playing with LeBron because you're gonna be able. Yes, you're gonna win. He's been in the finals 8 straight times. But when you lose, it's always he didn't have enough. This didn't happen. It's always something. So just be prepared. If he goes to Philly and they don't win, well, Ben Simmons wasn't ready. Joel Embiid wasn't ready.
Right.
That's gonna be the narrative. That's the thing we're playing with LeBron right now.
So what's the best fit for LeBron?
Cleveland. Stay home. Bring people to you.
Oh, yeah, if it wasn't for the salary cap, I would say the Spurs. They would kill. If he went to Spurs, they would kill. But
him and Kawhi.
I want him and PG-13 to go to Indiana. That sounds crazy, right? But I think that would work.
Basketball move. Popovich has already. This reports that Popovich wants to talk to LeBron. So from a basketball, if we're talking pure basketball, yes, I agree with you. The San Antonio Spurs. Right. You put LeBron, Kyrie with LaMarcus Aldridge. They beat the Warriors.
It's over.
They beat the Warriors.
What about a sleeper team, Detroit? Can you see LeBron and Drummond?
And what's the other guy name from the Clippers?
The small forward.
Tobias Harris?
No, the guy that traded for the Clippers, man. The guy Blake Griffin.
Yeah,
with the Pistons. He's with the Pistons.
Griffin. And they got the new coach from Toronto over there also.
Dwayne Casey.
That was a
lot
good
of
hire.
pick and rolls going on over there.
The sleeper team would be the Pelicans. Now I don't know if he's going to do. I would like to see him and Anthony Davis is the best big man in basketball right now. Right. And you put LeBron with him. Athletic defense with Drew Holiday. You add a couple more shooters with that.
Boogie Cousins.
Boogie Cousins might be
Right.
back. That team could do something. They could do some big things.
That's solid crap. Ooh.
But now the reason we all here. So we had a little 3-step NBA. So we picked the playoff and we picked the points. And unfortunately, I didn't do nothing. I was awful. Adi, where'd you finish at?
I finished in 5th place.
But Terence Cavin is our grand champion.
Yes, he's a champion.
He's a champion. Have the trophy.
He wins this trophy.
God.
He's gonna have his name engraved on it. All right, the NBA playoffs 3-step bracket.
Yes.
Okay, you right after March Madness, when your bracket is busted, join the NBA playoffs bracket, and you can win first place. This man right here,
sir.
and don't forget the fat check you won as well, my friend. The fat check.
Thank you.
All right,
Yes.
first place, man. He's the
Cut
champ.
down the nets. It's not college. Cut down them nets.
Drinks on him. Shout out, man. Congratulations on that, Terrence. You did a good job. Good picks. You made some good picks. It was some picks that you made that I thought I was so wrong on. Like, I thought Philly was going to beat Boston. He called it. He was right on the money with it.
No doubt.
He was right on the money. Welcome back to Spectator Sport, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Time to talk Cubs. First of all, well, let's give a shout out to the website. Go to the website, SpectatorSporting.com. Go check out previous shows, previous clips, great articles written by my man, and much, much more. Go ahead and subscribe. This is episode number 9. Rest in peace, Steve McNair. Chicago Cubs.
Right.
They're grooving right now.
Right.
They're back to, they started off slow. They was up and down. Now they've picked it up. And the rest of the teams in the National League did not take advantage, and now the Cubs have found their groove, and they find themselves with the best record in the National League. What's your thoughts on the Cubs right now?
Oh yeah, they're killing their division. They won 3 out of 4 games against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and also this season, before they started this, they're in the series right now against the Milwaukee Brewers. Before they played them, they won 7 out of 8 games before the series started, and now they won Game 1 when Anthony Rizzo hit the big home run in the 11th inning, and so they're just grooving along. There's not too many concerns with this team.
They absolutely are. Even with Yu Darvish being out right now, Yu Darvish supposedly threw a bullpen session. He looked good. I'm kind of glad Yu Darvish is out right now. Kind of let the tension get off him. The Cubs are moving. Got to give props to the Cubs pitching right now. They have really been shutting the opposition down.
No doubt. They have the best ERA in Major League Baseball. John Lester, he's a big reason for that.
Yes, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, he's having his best season of his career, his lowest ERA of his career, okay? Also, the closer, Brandon Morrow, he's been playing very well. He has a earned run average under 2. And also, Steve Cishek, he's also a good relief pitcher. They're keeping that ERA down very low, so if the hitters are struggling, they can still get some wins.
The Cubs are getting hot at the right time going into the All-Star break. Javi Baez is really making a name for himself.
Right.
I mean, he's already made a name for himself, but he's really staking his claim. He leads the Cubs in RBIs and home runs. Nobody expected that this season. Actually, him and Rizzo are both tied with 46 RBIs right now. Baez 14 homers, Rizzo 11 homers. So they are really grooving right now.
Right.
The key person, though, for me has been Hayward.
Right.
Jason Hayward. During his win streak, he has picked it up.
Right.
He's hitting the ball. His glove is always phenomenal. Way. He's hitting the ball right now, and they've really picked it up.
Yeah, it's about time. He was struggling his first 2 years with the Cubs. He was just a defensive type of guy, but with a huge contract. But in the last month, he's been batting over 300. He's on fire, so hopefully he can keep that going. And then you still got people like Addison Russell who can pick it up.
Yep.
You still got Bryant there. We talked about Rizzo. So they're deep. Schwarber, they're deep. They're a deep team, and they probably will be in the World Series this year.
It's a long way to go. You know, baseball is 162 games.
Right.
So we don't know what's going to happen. But they do have the best record in the National League right now. That's a good thing. And they're hot. They're getting hot right before the All-Star break, which is another good thing. So hopefully the Cubs can keep it up. With Yu Darvish, he should be back. They don't know if he's going to be back before or after All-Star break. Hopefully he can come back and start pitching like the contract the Cubs gave him. And then I can say, okay, maybe they are going to the World Series. But they are definitely the best team in the National League Central, no question about it.
Right, I got ahead of myself a little bit. They still got to beat a few teams. They've been killing their division, though. So, yeah, I think they can keep it up.
You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, the White Sox Rebuild. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
Make sure you go to spectatorsporting.com. Make sure you check out the previous clips, previous shows. Great articles written by my man. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. Big time show for you guys today. We had Terence Cavin come in. He's also the winner of the 3-step playoff bracket. Much more. But we just talked about the Cubs. Now let's go to the South side.
Right.
Let's take it out south. The Chicago White Sox. They're in rebuilding mode. 22-42. The good news is they're not in last place no more. The bad news is they still suck. But but they are playing better right now. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games.
Right.
What's your thoughts on the White Sox right now?
Well, they shocked me and they shocked the baseball world when they beat the best team in baseball. They beat them in a series, the Boston Red Sox, okay? And they also beat the Milwaukee Brewers in the series as well. But right now they're in the series against the Cleveland Indians. They're probably going to get back down to earth. There's no way they're going to keep that up, right? But I was happy to see Carlos Rodon. He's a young pitcher for the White Sox, 25 years old. He was out for 8 months because he had a shoulder surgery. He played decent against the Red Sox. He threw 5 innings, 7 strikeouts. He allowed 6 hits, but he played decent in his first game back after 8 months. He's a good guy to get back in the rotation, a young arm.
The White, they definitely have been playing better. Davison, a couple solid players on their team, but. Let's cut the BS. This is not about the players on the team right now.
Right.
This is about all the trades they made, the sale trade, the Quintana trade. They picked up all these prospects.
Right.
What are these prospects? Give me some prospects to look out for. What's going on with the prospects right now?
Well, yeah, right now, a guy you can see at Guaranteed Rate Field right now is Ronaldo Lopez. He's the best pitcher on the White Sox, okay? He's one of those young pitchers. He has an ERA of 3.2. And he's looking very hot. Only allowed one earned run in his last 2 starts, okay? He's on fire. Now, in the farm system, down there in the minor leagues, you have Michael Kopech, right-hand pitcher. He's a number 8. He's rated at number 8 in Major League Baseball in the farm system and all of baseball right now. Also, Eloy Jimenez, the guy we got from the Cubs. He's being compared to Giancarlo Stanton. He's down there. He was a player of the month in Birmingham in AA. He has a big bat, but he needs to work on his defense before he comes up. So expect to see Michael Kopech or Eloy Jimenez come up to the major leagues at the end of the season, and then we get some tickets and see what they're going to do.
How long should the White Sox wait to start bringing these guys up? We know this team is not going anywhere. We know this is a lost year. This is a tank year.
Right.
I don't mean to call it tank. Just, a rebuild year. Let me just call it a rebuild year. So the players that's on the roster right now, more than likely in the next 3 years, probably may not even be on the roster. How long are we going to have to wait for these prospects to see what they can do? Or at least gain some experience?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to wait a little longer for Michael Kopech because Giolito, he's in the big leagues right now. He's struggling. He has an ERA over 7, and they don't want the same thing to happen to Michael Kopech. So they might just wait to bring him back next year when he's ready. Now, Eloy Jimenez, I think we're going to see him before the season's over with. Just give the fans something to see, give him some hope. And the guy, he's turning it up down in AA. Push him up to AAA, let him play there for a few weeks, and then bring him to the big leagues.
Well, the White Sox are on the 2nd year of the rebuild. So normally a good rebuild, as the Cubs took it 4 or 5 years. So they're on the 2nd year, so we're not expecting too much. So hopefully, I just want to see improvement, and I'm ready to see some prospects now because I think you got to get them in. I think you got to get them some experience.
No doubt.
You're watching Spectator Sporting on spectatorsporting.com. When we come back, we have our thoughts. We'll be back.
LeBron James has been receiving some bad press for almost breaking his hand when he punched a whiteboard, but I'm amazed that he almost broke his hand and continued his lifelong streak of never breaking a bone or tearing a ligament. Boogie Cousins, torn Achilles, Gordon Hayward, broken leg, Kawhi Leonard, mysterious quad injury, just to name a few, but only overly dramatic, minor injuries to LeBron. For a minute, I thought Draymond Green exposed him when he poked him in the eye and turned it red. I was thinking he's the Black Terminator. But that's some silly sci-fi stuff. Really, LeBron James spends over $1 million per year on his body and does something called cryotherapy, where he puts his body in a chamber of freezing temperatures to recover quickly from injuries and to prevent future injuries. That explains why he's never hit with a serious injury, or he's some robot from the future.
It's been a lot of critics saying Kevin Durant ruined the NBA by signing with the Golden State Warriors. But this has been going on for years. This is what good teams do. The 83 76ers picking up Moses Malone. The 86 Celtics picking up Bill Walton. The bad boy Pistons picking up Mark Aguirre. The Bulls picking up Dennis Rodman. The Houston Rockets picking up Clyde Drexler. The list goes on and on and on. In order to sustain a championship, when you see the fall off, you have to fix it. The Warriors have done a good job of drafting. That's why they put themselves in a position to get somebody like Kevin Durant. So we can't blame the Warriors. The Warriors drafted good and they have a good organization. So Kevin Durant that ruined the NBA. The rest of the NBA just needs to get better.
Boston versus Philly. 7 games. I picked it. Warriors versus Rockets. 7 games. I picked it. That's why I got this trophy right here. Shout out to Spectator Sporting.